Okay, so you're a creator, and you're tired of seeing viewers just disappear in the first few seconds of your videos, right? Well, this breakdown is going to give you a framework to fix that and finally get that watch time up. Let's start with a site that every single creator knows and dreads. This graph is called the creator's nightmare, and for a very good reason. Look at that drop-off. It's like a cliff. That's your audience literally vanishing almost the second they arrive.
And according to the source we're looking at, everything, and I mean everything, hinges on these first 20 seconds. This tiny little window of time is what decides if your video gets seen by 1,000 people or 1,000,000.
Which, of course, leads us to the most important question of all. What is going wrong in that critical opening moment that's making people click away?
The answer, and the whole solution really, starts with understanding the connection between the promise you make to your audience and the hook that's supposed to reel them in.
The source uses this absolutely brilliant analogy. Imagine you go to the store and you buy an apple. It looks exactly like an apple, but when you get home and take a bite, it tastes like a banana. That moment of pure confusion, that feeling of, wait a minute, this isn't what I wanted, that is exactly what makes viewers leave your video.
And here's how that whole apple and banana thing plays out on YouTube. Your title and your thumbnail, they're the promise. They are showing the viewer a shiny red apple. But if your intro, those first 20 seconds, delivers something completely unexpected, well, that's the banana. And that jarring mismatch is what kills your retention.
So the bottom line is this. To stop that massive initial drop, your video's hook has to immediately confirm to the viewer that yes, they clicked on the right video and they're about to get exactly what they were promised. But you know, fixing the first 20 seconds, that's only half the battle. How in the world do you keep them interested for the entire video? This is where the source introduces this really powerful idea it calls the prize. This is the core reason someone is watching your video in the first place. It's the answer they're looking for, the big transformation they want, or the huge reveal they're waiting for. And the source uses a perfect real-world example, a Kinder Surprise. You don't get the toy, the prize, instantly, right? The journey of opening the egg and eating the chocolate is part of the fun, and it makes getting that final reward so much better.
You know, this same principle scales all the way up to our most epic stories. I mean, think about Lord of the Rings. The entire 9-hour journey is so compelling because the prize, destroying the ring, is delayed until the absolute final moments. If it happened in the first minute, there'd be no story left to tell.
Now, it's really crucial to understand this isn't about wasting the viewer's time, not at all. It's about building a journey, about guiding them step by step so that the final answer, the final prize, feels truly earned and satisfying. So how do you actually apply this? Well, the source lays out two really powerful video structures for pacing this whole payoff thing. So the source outlines two main frameworks here. The first is what it calls the single prize journey, where your whole video is building towards one big payoff at the end. The second is the multiple prize journey, where you deliver several smaller payoffs or mini prizes all throughout the video.
A fantastic example of that multiple prize structure is a video like asking strangers to paint their car. Each car reveal is its own prize. It's constantly delivering something new and exciting. This keeps the energy super high and makes sure viewers never feel like they're waiting too long for the next big moment.
Okay, so you've nailed your hook. You've structured your prize, but your video can still fail if that final piece of the puzzle, the editing, isn't right. And the source just cuts through all the noise with this simple, really powerful definition. The real job of editing isn't to be fancy or complex. It is simply to help people stay and watch.
That's it.
This is probably the most important takeaway here. So many creators overthink editing. They spend hours on these complex effects that don't actually improve watch time. But YouTube doesn't need your video to be perfect, it just needs it to be watchable. So instead of worrying about fancy animations, the advice is to just master the fundamentals. First, nail your audio. I mean, if viewers can't hear you clearly, they're gone. It's truly half the experience. Second, be ruthless with your pacing. Cut out every pause, every bit of silence. In this day and age, every second of dead air is an invitation to click away. And finally, just keep your visuals clean and comfortable. The goal is to create a frictionless experience that makes your video easy to watch from start to finish. All right, let's bring all these concepts together into one simple, actionable framework that you can start using right away. It really all comes down to this, a simple 4-step checklist. First, match your hook to the promise of your title and thumbnail. Make sure the apple tastes like an apple. Second, clearly define the prize for your viewer and then strategically delay it. Third, choose whether a single or multiple prize structure fits your video best. And finally, number 4, edit for clarity and comfort, not for crazy complexity.
And that leaves us with one final, really powerful question. Before you script your next video, before you even think about hitting record, ask yourself this: what is the true prize that I'm promising my viewers? The answer to that question, well, it can change everything.